Hello, hope everyone's doing well. Also, you worried me for a second there, expert. When you said 2 pings, I was like, oh, is something wrong with my bot? Nah, it's just... Yeah. Also, as a note, sound alerts do not work on any of the screens other than the game screen. Just because when I'm fucking trying to, like, do breathing exercises beforehand, I don't want to, like... that's my time to, like, practice breathing and whatnot for social anxiety. Because streaming is hard. That's why I always... I almost always have the music. If you ever see me, like, rushed without a song, just know that I'm probably tense as fuck. It's not that I'm faking it, mind you, it's just trying to build myself up a bit better, you know? Anyhow, how are you doing today? Hey Random, how's it going? How are you doing today? Alright, let's see how this goes. Hey, Nick. What is it this time? You won't believe how many people are here for the trial. Well, it is a murder case. What are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door. Next door? Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atmey's trial today. Detective Atmey? So they're gonna try him as mask to mask. Already? That was fast. Boy, I'd love to see Mask to Mask's trial. I know. By the way, where's Pearls? Oh, she went back home. This is what I imagine life after college being like? Being in court constantly? I worry for you if that's what your opinion after college is. She said she can't neglect her training anymore. I know you don't like me. This has really gotten into her training lately, huh? I'm lawyer, then I'll be in court a lot? Oh, I guess, yeah. I ask you this kindly. On your first day, can you wear a blue suit and a red tie with like a white dress shirt? Thank you. How's that rip? That's he's gonna dress up as Phoenix Wright for his first case. You know that's a guaranteed win. Wait, I also gotta ask, what kind of law? Yeah, ever since that incident last year. Please, don't ignore me. Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning. Just got home from a parade? Nice, what kind of parade? Criminal justice? Nice. No one likes me. No one would notice me even if I killed someone. Come on, don't be silly. Oh, wait a second. You don't mean you're the murderer? No. I'm just a poor thief. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor. Let's see, according to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending him to help him commit the heists. Marching band? Nice! What instrument do you play? Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick? It's possible. But today's trial is a race against the clock. Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always. I'm afraid that's not an option. Why is it a race against the clock? Hey Panda, how's it going? Trombone? Nice. Slowly waking up. Alright, just make sure you get breakfast and shit too. Have a glass of milk, unless you're lactose intolerant. Have a glass of milk. Because every lactose intolerant person I know drinks milk and eats cheese like there's no tomorrow. Like, I know it's probably bad for their digestion, but every single one of them is just like, you know what, fuck it. That being said, knowing me, if my doctor ever said, oh yeah, finally you need to stop eating so much cholesterol or you're gonna die, chances are I'll probably forget and die anyways. Yeah, there's two givens in this world. I'm gonna die by two things. Food, my own stupidity, or both. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor. You ready? Preparation is the last refuge of the weak. Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godo. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand, yet again. Only drinking Nesquik, which is the first thing of milk in over 2 months? Huh. Out of curiosity, just because I'm curious. For those who do have lactose intolerance and don't eat cheese and milk that often, how do you get your, like, calcium and shit like that? Because I don't know if like soy shit has like high enough calcium. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all. I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godo. Ha! They need to get out. You need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war, but that is exactly why I must be more precise in your wording. Is debones easy? I guess it makes sense. Eat cheese? Hell yeah. Alright, this is for a general question in chat. What's your favorite cheese? And there's only one wrong answer to this, and if you say it, I'm gonna ban you. Okay, define American expert. Are you talking about, like, the individually sliced plastic shit? Colby Jack? Not bad. Not a bad choice. Yes? Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to, oops, not that long, oops. Is there a way to undo this? Sorry about that, I didn't mean for it to go, I tried to go for 60 seconds, not 600 seconds. Because of my mistake, I'll let you off the hook. But seriously, no, that's not cheese. And I refuse to let anybody say it is. This is the same thing as Cool Whip is not whipped cream. You need to have better taste buds than that. Anyways, I was just messing. Oh, okay. Well, then what is your favorite cheese? That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Yes, well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Wow, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. The body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. The good Swiss cheese is unbeaten? I can see it. It has to be like the good Swiss though, you know? But everybody's choices, albeit good, pale in comparison to my favorite cheese. Smoked Jarlsberg. That shit slaps 6 ways from Sunday. Problem is, I haven't seen it sold anywhere in a very long time. Actually, you know what? I'll take this chance now to actually double check while I'm thinking about it. J instead of Y. Smoked Jarlsberg is the fucking bomb diggity. Put it with a good crack and maybe some kielbasa and oh, there's your adult Lunchable. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day. And that's when a little lost kitten dropped the ball. The little lost kitten is of course the defendant. Very well then, Mr. Goto. Please call your first witness. I've only ever seen the unsmoked variant at Walmart. It's pricey, yeah, but it's so fucking good. Like this, like I said, smoked with crackers and kielbasa, and there you go. I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. But the first one is always the best. Mr. Goto? Your witness. Okay then, let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself. The defendant? Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? A bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify, but... It's 100% real 17 cups of coffee? Yeah. The man is... Though the reason he's wearing a visor is because they can't see how fucking wired his eyes are. Like, they're doing like this shifty back and forth really quickly. I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objectives, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify. Ha! You've got guts, Trite. Hey, Gumbo, how's it going? Also, it depends on what people want. Yeah, it might be like a crap ton too many, but I wouldn't say it's a full 17. Alright, then Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand. You did it, didn't you? Yes. What? No. That's not true. For a moment there, I thought we'd set the record for the shortest trial ever. Nice. Well, Mr. Delight always looks plenty guilty with the face he's making. And once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin. Ha! Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Now then, let's hear some testimony about what happened. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Fuck. I thought, like, for example, I could just cut short or something. I don't know why that actually scared me. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullet in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, it ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago. so I knew where his office was. 1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place. We get washed away by the tides of fate. Strong, drink it up. Ha. It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny. Fucking edgelord. You never know that from the way he's chugging it down. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. When I am, huh? You're absolutely sure about that? Yes, that's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow, and my internal clock was also a bit. 1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Bullard, was murdered, right? It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure. The blackmail letter I got. It ordered me to go there. It ordered you there? It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere. Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then? Oh, of course. They'd see things like, steal this or take that. Aha, why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please don't say any more. What should I do? Yes. What did the blackmail letter in question say? Said to bring $50,000. Money, eh? A perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait. Never intended to pay that money anyway. Oh, is that right? After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. Nothing to be afraid of. An important point indeed. Witness, let's have that added to your testimony. Yes, sir. Ha. A muddy mud skipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do. Blackmail letter didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me trouble or anything. What were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct? I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask-to-mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Bullard didn't have anything on me. He didn't? Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me. So that's why Miss Delight didn't believe he was mask-to-mask. That's why I knew they were just hollow threats. I've been working for KB Security. Okay. You used to be a security chief for KB Security, right? Yes, that's right. A security chief? You? And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? A perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say? This isn't good. Maybe I should change the subject? Mr. Delight, please tell us why you were fired from your job. Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I'd never asked that. Okay, then I take it back. Please answer the question. Well, I needed money. You needed money? Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Not exactly the best hobby in the world, huh, Nick? My salary wasn't nearly enough. So I stole data from the company. Come again? KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, he stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullard found out and I was fired immediately. What? I wish I had never asked that. I was able to keep it secret and made it seem like I'd quit on my own. What is it, Nick? You don't look so good. Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that. He sure told you. You admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct? Yes, I'm sorry. This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. Oh man, this whole thing just took a big turn for the worst, crashed, and blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster. Pardon me for selling... Why would you do something like that? Well, for Desi's hobby, what else? Wasting money, huh? It's not a waste! So Miss Delight doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she? So it would seem. I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other. Can't believe it. This case has even gotten Maya to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright. There wasn't much to his testimony, was there? Sounds like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me. I got a bad feeling about this. We better be careful. What point in this case are we at? We just started the second trial. Is that guy still saying he's a thief? Yeah, not as predominantly. He was trying to use now, like, quote unquote, being the thief as a ploy to protect himself against being suspected of murder. I mean, he did that initially, but not as, like, out and about right now. And every time he does mention about stealing something, Wright tries to steal shit, you know? Or not steal shit. Silence him. I don't know why he said steal shit. Excuse me. Never get closer to the truth. Yeah. Blackmailer didn't scare me. It wasn't going to cause me... He did a murder that's illegal? No, he didn't. He found a dead body and put it in a safe because he thought people were going to suspect him. I don't know why he thought that, or why he thought that was a smart thing, but we don't know who the real murderer is, at least right now. I'm going to press this again, see if it comes up with anything new. Oh, there we go. Tisk tisk. I'm afraid that reason isn't going to hold up anymore. What do you mean? The victim had no proof the defendant was mask to mask. But you were the one who stole company secrets only 1 year earlier. But that was all over once I was fired. But it is true that the fact I stole secrets was kept under wraps. Even so, there was no reason to pay me, for me to pay up now, a whole year later. Is all about one crime is another crime? Well, that's what he tried to do at the very least. Is that really true? What is it, Nick? The fact that what's wrong with stealing company data. What if he would have had a problem that if that ever became public knowledge? Yes, it would, because Desi would know. Mr. Delight, I believe you would have been in considerable trouble if your identity as the company data thief was made public. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to do by bullying your own clients? I know, like colonies of bacteria. The more heat you apply, the faster they grow. That's exactly right. Well then, feel free to keep up the heat, my little lawyer amigo. Little lawyer amigo? Yes, now come on. Provide some evidence to back up your assertion. I'll thank you for that hydrate and posture check. Why would Mr. Delight want to keep his data? Because if I'm not mistaken, she would find out. Mr. Delight. What you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday. Is data stealing a crime? Isn't that why? He was already fired, and I don't know. It's never been clear. I'm learning just as much at this point. Well, what doesn't? I think you must have been scared. Very scared. Having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife. Oh, but I... Listen to me, my Desi, she's... Because if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins. Godo. Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault. What do you mean? Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habits, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. That's how this murder came about. Oh. No, everything is falling neatly into place for him. Don't talk about my Desi like that. Or you'll be sorry. Well, it seems that we've learned a great deal of things here so far. What do you think, Nick? I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. Clearly there was sufficient... What has been 30 minutes in stream? Clearly there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife, and he killed to protect his secret. Family man who cared just a little too much. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead. I see. Suddenly hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. He said that mask to mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, since Atomy turned out to be the culprit himself, that was all a lie. Huh. I was gonna believe a pathetic lie like that. But what are you saying? I was really attacked. Find out if what you say is true or not during cross-examination. Got that, Mr. Trite? Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend. You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godo. I have faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it. Who was this suspicious shadow? If there were 1,000 of me and even one knew, I'd tell you, trust me. What is a special blend? Number 107, I think? His dodging all our questions is not helping us win this case. Okay, then how was the victim Mr. Bullard at that time? What do you mean by how was he? Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he's the one who hit you in the first place. That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Forget it. Did he see the body and then was hit? Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. Your forehead? Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack. Do you remember anything about who hit you? Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit. So I think I was a little dazed for a while. I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking. Yeah, I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself. Maybe that would knock some sense back into him. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. That? Could you please clarify what you are referring to? Why, my mask-to-mask costume, of course. Wait just a moment. Mask-to-mask? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Let's be on the safe side. I dressed as mask-to-mask. Then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security. What? Nick, did you know about this? You never told me this. Thanks for the lurk, AG. Hope you have a good one. I don't recall him ever mentioning it to me either. Even I didn't know that. Your little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wait. That's not right. You know, sometimes just slip your mind. My 6th cup of coffee started staring up at me coldly. At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, please correct your testimony. I'd have been killed if I hadn't been wearing my mask-to-mask costume. Why were you dressed up as mask-to-mask? Why? Because I'm mask-to-mask, of course. What are you talking about? Mask-to-mask's trial is being held next door. Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the mask-to-mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe. Oh boy. Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I expected. Took a lot longer? What is he talking about? And what do you mean by took a lot longer? Oh, opening the safe, of course. The cape got caught in the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body. But what was that? Back up a second. Yes? You're the one that hid the body in the safe? Well, yeah. Inconceivable! Why? Just why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking? Question. When does someone toss their dirty shorts in the washing machine? What? The answer is simple. When I shit them. As usual, I have no idea what you're saying. Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer? You're not as stupid as you look. This metaphor this time was really obscure. Mr. Wright, you don't mean that you knew about this whole safe business, do you? Oh, well, yes. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? He hid the body because he shot himself? Yep. Witness, make sure you add this to the testimony. Yes, sir. Oh, it looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took about 10 minutes. I'm gonna back up a step. When you came to? Yes, I was passed out in the corner of the room. You know when their assailant made their escape and to where? I'm afraid I don't really remember. Huh? Once they hit me, I lost all track of what was going on. I think that's when they made their escape. Ah, that's certainly a convenient story for you, isn't it? Certainly is, isn't it, Mr. Wright? This almost sounds practiced. I don't know why you're telling me. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway? Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer. You're so funny. That's not exactly what I meant. When I saw the corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Ha! I think you had a simpler reason than that. Simply eat the corpse. Gumbo, remind me never to do a murder with you. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body. That certainly makes more sense. Hold on, 10 minutes? What is it, Nick? I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it? Under those circumstances. What circumstances? Oh. Hey Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence? Oh, okay. I think they're referring to... Let's hear this with a button. Oh, I'm gonna guess button. Your Honor, could you please take a look at this record? And what might this be? Record for the emergency buzzer that connects to the CEO, connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 a.m. What? Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer. He would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. What is up, corrupt lawyers and friendly neighborhood Sawyer? How's everyone? I'm doing alright. Also, I'm not corrupt, asshole. Anyways, newbie, how you doing today? He would have ran as soon as that buzzer sounded. After all, a security guard would have been heading his way. Ha! Let's remember who we're dealing with here. You probably had no idea those were there were security personnel in the building. You think you're not corrupt, you will change your mind in the next game? Okay, next games isn't like next cases or next Phoenix Wright games? Next Ace Attorney games? Uh-oh. Okay. I might save myself the spoilers until like increasingly funky. Good. I've also heard some of their music and it's absolute bangers. I might save myself though for the remastered trilogy. Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them. But as it turns out, the guard never came. That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser, who had just gotten punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend, and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity, was not something Mr. Delight could have known. Ha! Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off. This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. All justice is fucked, Dual Destinies is batshit insane, and Spirit of Justice is... Gatterhish? Dare I ask what Ergator hash means? Or Gator hash? It's not a word, I just abused my keyboard. Oh, I see. Well, it made it word. Congratulations, you've created a new word, Ergator hash. No. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that? Ugh. Fine, let's hear your theory. Recall the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Light said he felt dazed. I'm willing to wager that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious? So he fainted? Not knowing what you are doing, but it still makes sense. See, this is complete recash. That's good. Who's doing the newbie documentary again? Or expose? It's expert, right? Add that one to like newbie. Bro was Ergator hashing. Yeah, you gotta add Ergator hash to the dialogue if you can. That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that the buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body. So what are you trying to say? Mr. Delight was knocked out, and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it can only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right, whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. I have to make a two-parter. If you do, I look forward to it. Just to see, like, I'm always interested to see how people like edit their videos and do neat things. So, if and when it ever becomes complete, just let me know, and I want to be one of the first to watch. Personally, this is gonna sound really stupid. I want to do a small like series of like quote-unquote exposing my friends, because you know how there's always like exposing XYZ YouTuber because they're an asshole or something. So my thinking is like, for example, exposing any expert, and all I do is I drag a picture of any expert in, and then crank the exposure in Photoshop. Just for silly little clickbaity shit like that, just to fuck with people. Because people are like, trauma, and all it is like me fucking around in Photoshop. Get out of the way by calling us Overboy, because just, you know, me doing that would probably put like a guillotine on my neck, right? You'd be like, take care, etc., etc. Thanks for the lurk, expert. I appreciate that. Hope you have a good one. Like, there are some people so ready to fucking take the hatchet. We'll be looking to work on newbie theory. Okay. Call me a boy kiss and I'll come. No. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, this is preposterous. It was this kid. Ron Delight is the one who killed Kane Bullard. And who pressed the buzzer? It was the victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. Must have held on long enough to push that button. Eck. Yeah, so Kane Bullard sounded the buzzer himself. What's your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I need to prove that the real criminal was there at the scene, but how? Can I prove that it wasn't Kane Bullard who sounded the buzzer? Yes, I can, because there's no fingerprints on it. The defense's opinions is this, Your Honor. This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? Is there some kind of clue on it? Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. Always give some thought to what you were saying before you're opening your mouth. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. Now I'm the one who's clueless. The button has no fingerprints on it. Did anybody hear that noggin scream? Give me a second here. He's playing Lethal Company. Outside of Phasmophobia, he is not one to play many horror games. He sounds like a fucking scared gorilla. Oh, shit. I saw on Steam he was playing. That only shows what opens last. So if I opened up my tracking software in a game, you would only see what the game was. But yeah, right now he's fucking probably shitting himself on Lethal Company. This button has no fingerprints on it. Mr. Bullet had really pressed himself. Naturally, he would have left his fingerprints behind. Whoa. That's where Gumbo and my DMs are peak. Alright. Did I hear a... Yeah, you did. Ron Delight obviously wiped them off. Why would he? A guard would have come at any moment. He touched that button. I know he did. The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask to Mask. Mask to Mask always wears gloves. Hey, Sphinx, how's it going? What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of his fingerprints? Order, order, order! Ha! It would seem... I've been forced to eat crow. I wonder what blend number crow flavored coffee is. How you doing today, Sphinx? Did you do anything fun? What has everybody been up to today? Also, the question for today's chat is, what is your favorite type of cheese? We talked about it a little bit earlier, and I kind of wanted to remind people that's kind of the question of the day: is what's your favorite cheese? I took a shower. Nice. I could smell you from here before that, so It's good that the odor is all gone. What's the... Oh, right, the amateur observatory. How did that go? Greer. I can give you a real cursed answer. Gumbo, before you say anything else, consider your position as moderator and how quickly I can take that away from you. It was fun. Did you learn lots? Did you get to look at all the... Did you get to look at all the apparatuses and whatnot? Appari? Gumbo, don't antagonize people to say dirty things. Either you don't say it at all and keep your moderation. Newbie, just ignore them. That's all I would do. I got to look at Jupiter and its moons? Nice! Like, do you feel much more enlightened, and did you have a lot of fun? I kind of I'm jealous of you. I've always wanted to try to go to, like, even though I'd understand next to fucking nothing, I'd always want to go see an observatory. Oh, but the real killer was there at the scene. Why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Huh. It looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bullet at around 1 a.m. Mr. Delight just happened to Watson and then Watson when the murder was taking place, right? The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer. To observe for a school trip once and we saw cool radio dishes and that's all I remember. Okay. Spix, if you ever get to discover a star, I want you to DM me. Even if I'm no longer streaming, and if we don't talk for a while, I just want to know that you've done something awesome, you know? There's 4 PVC poles with wires. Man, they really are amateur, eh? That goes with everybody here. If you do something awesome in life, and I'm no longer streaming, I still want you to be DM me and be like, hey, fine, a long time no see. This is the cool, awesome thing I've done, you know? Hey, if it works, it works. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if their buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond, Should not be awake anymore, but it's Sunday, so it's fine. Oh yeah, it's next day for you. Can't miss an AA stream. I mean, I think you've missed 2? No, you missed 1, I think. Unless you watched the VOD, then that's okay. I hope you don't expect anything from me. Gumbo, you say that, but you're still capable of doing a lot. Even if you somehow, like, I don't know, antagonize the local, like, local political leader or something to get like the femboys as the like national animal of England or something. I don't know. Missed one, but watch the VOD? Oh, okay. I'm glad people actually do watch the VODs. I was told by Pris that, like, because she's asleep all the time, that she watches my VODs, so I'm glad that other people do. Like, the views are there, I just don't know, like, who is. Especially the one fucking... One of my ace... Sorry, let me start over. One of my Ace Combat streams is over 250 views, and I don't get from who. With you, final observational astronomy ain't my thing. but I might publish some cool paper on heat death or something. I still think, I'm just saying regardless, if something cool happens, I just want to know. I want to see where you guys go in life, and that goes with everybody in my community. Even if I've gone past being an niche internet micro celebrity, you know. Also watched the first Daemon X Machina stream VODs because those were. Are you big into Daemon X Machina? I would never have pegged you as a Daemon X Machina fan. Or really any kind of robot. I don't have it, but I really like the game. Pegging? Sphinx? I expected that from Gumbo. You're better than this. I'm sorry, Gumbo. I would have expected Gumbo to be the first to mention pegging. I just look normally contrast to Gumbo. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, there's always the one cursed friend, making everybody else look normal. There's Mr. Right. Let's hear what you have to say. Very well then. Oh, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? Call the security guard. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Me to see the killer called the guard on purpose? Yes, although as it turns out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time. The shipbuilder friend is taking time off. We all look significantly more unhinged. I mean, nothing wrong with a little unhinged, as long as it's not, malicious. Ha, what a touching story. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in? No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Rhonda Light, who was out cold. And the third person, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes. Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Rhonda Light. And if any security guards came running in that time, they would think I was the murderer. Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Rhonda Light for the murder. Whew. Order, order, order. Ah. It would seem... I've been made to eat my words once again. Actually been made to do a spit take. With a cup of coffee. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who is it that tried to frame me? Wait. Wait a second. I'm the one and only masked the mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're gonna drag that person in here right now. But who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity. They also knew that he had been called to KB security that night. The killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Rhonda Light for the murder of Kane Bullard? Carlson! It was me! It was my dead mentor. It was Pearls again. Just kidding, it was his wife. It was everybody but Rondelite. Detective Luke at me. He's the only one who could have done it. Ace Detective? Luke at me? You mean Master Max did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Order, order! Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder. Which is the more serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is the more serious crime, of course. It is a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. When Luke Atme confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as, well, as Master Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty. Master Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at the Lordly Tailor. In other words, being found guilty as Masked Mask was Luke Atme's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. Guilty verdict. As an alibi? You know, it's almost time. For what? For Luke Atme's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. If we're going to stop this trial and install that one, we need to do it now. Of course, that's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Mr. Luke Atme's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of his crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Really sure about this? Ha! Bet's only good when your life's the ante. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So, please. I'm begging you. Hey guys. That's what the point of the mask is. I'm sorry. I deserve to be put to death.
I fell down.
Yeah, I know. L plus ratio. I'm going to hell. I know. I'll put you down with my bare hands, please. I don't want to live anymore for that joke I just made. I'll make you play Chat Lamity Inferno mode. I did! With Dunkaichi and Durai, and we got up to Skeletron before... well... that's something I'm not going to bring up now. No drama, mind you, just... yeah. Thanks, but... my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For a client, take the path of trust. Fucking Deus Ex Mia. That voice. It sounds like Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. So that's your answer, huh? Mia's... yeah, that's the thing. She's not helping. She's fucking haunting me. God damn it. Very well, I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke at me to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. Well, Sir Detective at me. Not to say, Mr. Payne. You performed splendidly. Oh no, Sir Detective at me. You were the one who... That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendants, Luke at me. Wait. Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, well, Sir Lawyer. Welcome to my courtroom. Who... Holy shit, the judge is Canadian. Who is this hoser, eh? As for me, it's kind of obnoxious. Oh, boy. Half expecting me, it's just a dead ass come to life. She has, several times. Well, through Maya, but you know what I mean. What the fuck is that on his head? I don't know. I bet you if he looks down, it's a maple leaf. My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke at me. Accusation? You accuse Mask the Mask. That man is not Mask the Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? Spaghetti. Alright. Well, I've been streaming for an hour and 10 minutes. No, I'll keep going. Oh, fuck. There you go. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then she's still alive, inside your heart. I'd still love to have voice acted some characters and apologize for you. Okay, so two things on that. A, when I get the game. And B, I would love to have like a plethora of people to help out, you know? But I would welcome the opportunity, just. Nicky boy. Oh, my delight. Is it true that the detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. He's the only one who could have done it. Wasn't he that Lordly Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. That's gonna happen sooner rather than later. Gobos fix Press. Unfortunately, Press would be asleep. Unless I do it like afternoon streams or something. Maybe. Besides, it's all scheduling conflicts. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Luke at me, please take the stand. Well, well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. You couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Now I would have given you a perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask to Mask. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the great Luke at me has no idea what you mean. Of course, I've been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask to Mask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. They continue to insist that you are, in fact, Mask the Mask. Oh, Plant is playing Deep Rock Galactic. Of course. Sorry, I was thirsty. Very well then, look at me. Let's begin with a simple question. On October 12th at 1 AM, Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed. One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. What? But don't worry, I will not hold against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Alright, Mr. Atme. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. I was not committing murder. I'm stealing the urna as mask to mask, just as I would announced I would. I have more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. Photograph contains no words. In this case, one turned out to be my witness. At the time at which the camera captured mask to mask was the same time as the murder. It seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now has all been a part of his plan. Must be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great mask to mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me. I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. Francisca, is that you? I think he's trying to say that you're full of shit, Nick. I know it doesn't say shit, but Maya saying full of shit just is funny to me. The only thing that's full of it is full of shit is his alibi. Yeah, it's much better when you swear. I was stealing the urna's mask to mask, just as announced. So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I am called Mask to Mask. But conveniently, that also means that there's no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean?
Objection!
Ha! Are you saying that this is not in fact Luke Atme? That this could be an accomplice dressed up as Mask to Mask to create an alibi? Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? I'm gonna give it up for now. If Luke Atme was at the KB security during the murder, the masked mask in this picture has to be a fake. Then there really was an accomplice. But right now, I have no idea who it was. I don't have any idea right now either. Baseless objections are just what this guy wants. There's got to be another way, and I'm going to find it. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That means you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was a perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Isn't there something odd about this? Eh? Okay, even I'm confused about this one. Detective Abby was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lord Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It's kind of odd. Autograph contains no word. Okay. Nope. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here. Is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it. Very thing that proves I committed the crime. I know this is doctored, but I don't know. Wait, who's the mask? I don't know. That's... everything that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. He said almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose. He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. Other than Jim Carrey. We all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing. A sad blue melody. About the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lord Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lord Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see. Looks like I'd better find something else. So this alibi is false. If you spot anything unusual, there are two possibilities. Either the mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. Can we look at the pic? Like, I know it has something probably to do with this. I have an idea. Okay, so newbie remembers, but let's leave that on the back burner for now. Spix, what's your idea? It's only the hour. What do you mean? No date? That's smart. The problem is, in that logic that I can see, is that he got into the quote-unquote there's apparently a scuffle, because what's missing from this image is the brooch on his neck. And I feel like that's making this weird for me in that regard. Because he was quote-unquote knocked out, but got into I guess a small scuffle. Ripping this off. I'm not getting this. What's the issue with the brooch? Because he... On every disguise, the brooch is there. Like if you... Where is it? Like it's always here. But in the last trial, they said it was torn off. The problem is, how would he have known it was torn off? Like if it was predated. You said it was torn off? He did. But the question is now which... If I'm gonna follow your logic, my question is where do I... Which evidence do I present and where? That's what I'm having issue with here. Because I wanna... Stab that man. Fuck you at me, you're guilty. Unlurk? You don't have to do unlurk. The lurk command is only just to give Twitch an identifier of like who's an active watcher. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try naming the accomplice. Fluke at me was out to keep you security from murder. Then the master mask in this picture has to be a fake. Exactly, you had an accomplice. Now remember you've said that, Mr. Tret, because there's no going back. Making baseless claims, I'll treat you to a penalty myself. Penalty is probably boiling hot too. So who is it, Mr. Tret? Who is the accomplice? Let's try it. It was this. Oh, okay, fuck. Ah. It's quite the prank you're trying to pull. Do you have any evidence that this person is in fact the accomplice? Well, the aura that this person... You're gonna judge someone by their aura. You'd be right up there as the #1 suspect, Mr. Right. Fuck. What is gonna boil me alive? Alright. Newbie, help me out on this one. Where do I... I don't want to be like too spoiled, but like... What am I trying to debunk here? Am I trying to debunk that the picture is fake? Or that he had an accomplice? Because I was leaning towards accomplice, and I thought the blackmail would have been the key. The picture is staged. Okay. I'm gonna present the picture on this one then. Fuck. Evidence clearly reveals a contradiction to state. Fuck. I don't think that won me any points to the judge. Wait, I have another. I'm gonna present the picture again. I'm gonna put it on this one. Fuck. Rewind sound. There we go. Fuck me. Picture stage, but how do I prove that? Because if he had access, he would have had a lot of time to prepare. I could say it's... No, could it have been the statue? Because there's no paint on the box. I'm gonna press the box. Fuck. No, maybe I pressed it here. I hate this fucking game. Now I'm just fucking shooting things in the dark. Ah. Question same time as murderer. Sorry guys, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, I'm back. My mom just came home from a party, making sure she was okay. Should I have to refresh my memory quick? Okay. I'm gonna present the picture on this one, see if it works. Because he said it's more than enough time to prepare. Fuck. This guy. This is why I never became a lawyer. The picture is staged. Question same timer as murderer. I was hoping it would time going back, or having enough time to prepare another picture. I hate accidentally clicking. I don't know how to trigger that interaction. So it's something I cannot do right now? It's not something I'm presenting? Maybe call him the accomplice? Oh, maybe? Oh, hold on. Hey Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But the urn was stolen from Lily Taylor while he was the only one watching it. You know, I have no way to fuck. This one's really difficult. Photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The picture is staged. Because the paint was made over 2 weeks ago. Newbie, are you coming up with anything? Is this close to pulling up the anime and just seeing it as an idea? If you want, I can tell you what problems we were looking for. Sure. That would help at this point. There should be a statue where the paint is in the picture, but it's not there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I couldn't have killed King Bullet on the side of accomplice. Think long and hard about that night. Basement warehouse and his picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Is there something that's funny about this picture? You bet there is. I'm implying that this picture's a fake. You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere finally. Took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. There's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well, then let's hear what you have to say. Fucking finally! Holy shit! You find it's... The funny part is right here. Why this is a blood stain. Ah, blood. Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. The stain is actually pink paint. Let's go. Remember? Thank you, newbie. Finally, Fire 64. Gumbo, I didn't see you contributing to help. Sticks and newbie were my Maya. Gumbo is the parrot from the first game. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. From blood to peaches, the judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. Gumbo is Von Karma. No, I would say because Gumbo's not evil. I know. Gumbo is Cumshoe. Gumbo shoe. Gumbo is Larry. Gumbo is Larry. I like that. That's much better. Gumbo is Larry. Except he's gay Larry. He's Gary. I'm the prosecutor in Dual Destinies. No spoilers, but if are you all as what am I a real human? Yes. Problem with the photograph is not the paint. Problem is, when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright? What is it supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains? The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, the golden statue had just arrived from the mountain had just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was the night the theft took place, and saw the statue in that spot. This picture was truly taken on that night, and that statue should have been there. But when I went there the day after the theft, the statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally? Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It'd take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. Ha! In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue of the night of the crime? It would have to be this, because then... No. Would it be him? It's either him or Rhonda Light. Because if he had to push it or pull it, wouldn't it have taken a second picture? Because it was motion activated? What do you think, Mr. Godo? Oh, fuck. A man should be able to answer his own questions. That's what I think. Right now, I'm busy trying to come up with 2 answers of my own. Why is coffee black? And why is it bitter? Mr. Wright, to put it simply, you've messed up. Think about why the statue was moved. Mr. Wright, I hope you were prepared with your answer. Now then, who was... Only one I could think of then is it being Ron. Wow. Maybe Andrews? No? Was it him? The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Atme. Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Okay, this one's confusing me. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins. I am so unbelievably confused right now. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me, you pretended to be Mask the Mask. To create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. This photograph contains a single fatal flaw. You get to the part that made me despise this entire case. Oh, I'm already confused as is. This is gonna be fucking butt-wrenching. This photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If you had been there, your lie would be exposed like a cheap film at a drugstore. That's why you had to move the statue. Single fatal flaw. Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. So why this picture does this lie exist? Lie is Mask to Mask. Are you saying that this Mask to Mask is a fake? Ha. You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsibly. Huh? Our question is, why was the golden statue moved? So what possible connection could there be with Mask to Mask's identity? Oh buggers. Your face has oh buggers written all over it. That's a penalty. What? Ask again. When this picture does the lie exist? Is Mask to Mask the statue? No. Is it time? Naturally, the line in this photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atme went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been possible for him to be in Lordly Taylor at this time. Oh? What does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. Oh. You know, I'm gonna save here just in case. Oh, sorry. The statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. It was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Placed there to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke Atme had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? What the? Of course, the statue hadn't been brought down yet from the basement warehouse yet. Ah. So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that was supposed to be there, or that wasn't supposed to be there, had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atme had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the photo it had, with the way it had been in this photo. Ah! Order, order. Mr. Atme, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera didn't go off at the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by Lordly Taylor's staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Aha! What, there's like 7 masked masks? Then everybody's wallet is fucked, basically. Order, order. Mr. Goto, what's the meaning of this? So you masked a mask? Yes. I don't. That's all I remember from the The theme song. Goto, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. To be honest, I really like... He does have a nice suit. I like it when people use, like, non-black and white colors, you know? I love sex music. You know, if this wasn't a sort of, associated with a court of law, I feel like if this was maybe like true coffee shop music, the bass would be a slight deeper. You should do a Colonel Sanders stream. You're talking about the picture I posted in memes, right? By the way, if you guys want to see something absolutely fucking cursed, go to my memes channel right now on Discord. Like, I'll give you guys like a little bit more. This should be enough to go and see that cursed shit I made today. Let me know what you think. My 11th cup. It's the best version of your model, to be honest. Really, I was like messing with, because V-Roy doesn't have much in the way of facial hair. So I just tried it out and see how it turned out, and wasn't sure how well it would look. It looks hilarious. The thing is, I was thinking like, because I don't move much except for my mouth, like on stream. So if I covered that up, it wouldn't really be very conducive. I don't know. I promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial, which means I'm still good to the last drop. However, the defense is a very good point. A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So either say this photograph was taken ahead of time. The statue was moved in order to make it match. It's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that I can't be denied. Which is... you could have a model that's just you in a KFC employee outfit. I feel like the brand would probably be jumping on my neck at that point. Maybe if I fry chicken. That's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? There's no funny business in your actions as mask to mask. There should be no problem with you telling us your strategy, so let's hear it. Fried chicken cooking stream? I mean, eventually if I had the funds to, maybe. Fried chicken or making piss? Both. I will piss myself on stream. No, well, I don't actually. That means I'd have to clean it up, and I don't want to clean up. I love cooking, but I hate the dishes afterwards. I mean, I do them anyways, but I just hate doing it. Not again. I've pissed myself once before. Oops. About your plan to steal the sacred urn. Any expert, I don't recall if I've done it before. I first received the request from Lily Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box in Zvari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 AM on October 12th. Pretty much stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Let me see something. Yeah, but we'll find the truth hidden in the nuggets of the new information he gave. Let me see something. Okay, it doesn't say when it got pink stains. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Zavari. Very well then, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. First received the request from Lily Taylor, whatever. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right? Indeed, it seemed that they had heard of my Svarkling reputation. See, Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya. The urn was placed in, the urn was placed in his box, and Zvari, it was then sent to the warehouse. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Oh, interesting new tidbit. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. He wasn't allowed in. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed, you may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, look at me, let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. It was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. You mean this calling card? That's right, that is without a doubt my calling card. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course. Because Atme knew about the emblem. I don't know why, I was jump scared just slightly when this thing popped up. Make his card authentic would have been child's play for him. Didn't I handle the security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly? Then no one entered the basement warehouse? Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 AM on October 12th. This is the photo that proves that, huh? Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken. I've just discovered groundbreaking newbie lore. Nice. Good news is the case won't last a lot longer. Nice. Didn't think it would matter terribly much. Nick, if this photo's a fake, Detective Atme might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. Proof that he's lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. Oh, thank you for the hydrant posture check. Oh, I may have stretched out a yawn there, oops. I'm out of liquid. Never seen the urn before he stole it. I knew it was a crapshoot. So I'm just trying to stare at the evidence here. Whoa, 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 whoa. I was focused on the Treasures of Crane exhibit because I was thinking like, oh, it's maybe something to do with like the pamphlet handed out. No, it's to do with a speckled urn. He wouldn't have known it was speckled. Where do I do that? Mr. Abney, if you really are Mask the Mask, and you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that the Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn. Sorry, give me a second here. Shit. I'm trying to look up the word that newbie had just so I can look back. I think the chat history is too far gone. Yeah, I think that If you want, I can try to look back at the VOD later. Oh, fuck me. Oh, that hurt. Oh. Oh, that was a horribly botched sneeze. Or gather hash, right. I knew it had hash, but I couldn't remember the first part. Yes, that is true, but so what? Truth be told, there was no way that Mask to Mask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lord the Tailor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite. The day the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yeah, this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atme had seen this urn long before the crime ever even took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. Whew. And because this photo is a fake, the alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken. Nick? I think it's still a little too early for a victory pose. Huh? Ha. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Mask to Mask. And now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No, I don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Atme was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Let me ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Right, motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest? Nick, he's getting his second win. Prepared an alibi and pinned this crime on Rondolite, as you say. Must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Rondolite. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed, according to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. With motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. It'd be honored to, Sir Old-Timer. They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite of lack of hard information, this might be our only chance. I look at me, I had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Mask to Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. It was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Mask to Mask. That's why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant? The blackmailer found in the defendant's apartment. Handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. Okay, so Mr. Bullard did write it. What? Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atme and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security. Nope. That was blunt. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Mask to Mask and simply mistook who he was. Mistook? That's right, mistook, from the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to take an error. Wasn't what I meant. Just who did the victim mistake Mask to Mask to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course. Well, I'd like to wipe that smug look off this guy's face. E5, the script is being recorded. Oh shit, dude. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Mask to Mask? Don't you already know that? Zvari, take a look at this newspaper. Ho-ho, the famous Tear of Eminon, a magnificent jewel. The photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant? The victim clearly misread this article and Zvari. You got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Mask to Mask. I see. That was an unusually reasonable deduction. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And this blackmail letter right here. It says bring $50,000. And the handwriting is, without a doubt, the victim's? There's no mistake. We have an official report to prove it. But I don't see an address C on this letter anywhere. An address C? This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment. And Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there was no address C is irrelevant. I wonder. What's up, Nick? Just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? Oh, do you have any evidence of that? For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there's something not quite right about this blackmail letter. Hold up. Was it meant for Desi? Is the wife the accomplice? Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? It was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. What do you mean by that? Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Zvari. Amy Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. It says I was a security team chief. I stole data from the company. Kane Bullard had yet to forgive you, young Mr. Delight. Which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief. Here's a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail. However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money? Even though he wasn't actually Mask to Mask. On that point, there was a bit of an unfortunate bit of chance. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Mask to Mask. Do you really think that story is going to hold up? That assertion is not merely my own, I'm afraid. What do you mean? I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Ronnie thinks he's mask to mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Ha. Well, Mr. Trite? Was he trying to act like Miss Delight just now? I thought he was actually pretty convincing. That's why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill King Bullard. Truly a tragedy. Now that's just your imagination talking. Come now, Sir Lawyer. Great imagination isn't the right word for it. This is a deduction. The result of carefully applied reasoning. Can we hear that careful reasoning for ourselves? It's a long story, and better saved for another time. Very well, another time. The so-called long stories aren't usually all that long. At least not in my experience. And track Detective Abby's Mr. Bullard, right? Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it won't require surgery either. In that case, you'll have to talk about the blackmail. That's true. Was that blackmail really intended for Ron? Since you don't have enough information, you should press him for more testimony. Maybe I'll be able to shake loose some contradictions that way. Yeah, I'm trying to deduce it in my head. I feel like it's Desi. It was intended for Desi and that she's the accomplice. But why would the victim mistake the defendant for mask to mask? Don't you already know that? Give me a second here. Okay, so she does have longer hair. Could it be Desi in the photo? I feel like I gotta press more again. Because my thinking is, it was... Here's my thinking. It was meant for Desi, because Desi is Atmi's accomplice. And if Desi went to go and see... No, because if Desi went to go and see Bullard, he would be outed as the thief instead of Ron. Maybe I'm getting myself confused there. It does. You can present the evidence already. Okay. Thank you for telling me I don't have to go running around in different fucking... If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. That's all I'm seeing. Mind if I have to ask you a few questions, Detective Atme? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. Times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Indeed, it's time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the blackmail... Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Is it the first heist? Because it showed him a picture of his hand, which doesn't have a red gem on it. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. Contains a picture of the Tear of Eminon, the stolen jewel. What about it? Problem is this jewel's color. Oh, is it the jewel I'm looking at? Color. I'm not much for discussing color myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. Take that red diamond you received the other day. Red. Which means, the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the Tear of Eminon that Master Mask stole at all. And your point is, Mr. Triton? So you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else. That's what you're trying to say, right, Triton? Is that what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, is that what you're trying to say, right, Nick? Yes. This is who Kane Bullard is actually blackmailing. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. You have some sort of basis for that claim. You have been personally involved in every single mask-to-mask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen. And received a jewel. As your reward. A jewel? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. Red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in the letter. Which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. But then why did Ron Delight have it? The blackmail letter, I mean. Again, he looks like Butters from South Park. Haven't seen South Park. It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite. Uh-oh. I don't like the way he said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke at me. Are you for real? Yes, I am. Nick, come on, stand up to him. Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Adamy's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what is that identity? Adamy killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? This is what it all comes down to, Nick. The identity that Luke at me desperately or wanted to so desperately keep a secret identity is. Let go to us one coffee away, too many away from riddle me this, Batman. I do a piss ass Joker, I'm sorry. I saved, right? I hate that, like, saving anxiety. Luke at me was an ace detective. Thank you for the kind introduction. I'm Luke at me, ace detective. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light. I'm completely lost. Someone get me a translator. But anyways, everyone already knows that you're an ace. What? Look at me, was mask to mask. What? That's my line. What's that supposed to mean? That's my line too. Isn't that view this? Which is you want to insist up into the. Sorry, I didn't read all that stuff. I'm confused. Up until they die, that Ron DeLight was in fact mask to mask. Or is it just... maybe? Look at me was a blackmailer. Objection. Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You see that Kane Buller was the one blackmailing Luke at me. Are you saying that Atmailer was blackmailing someone else on top of that? You have to admit that does sound a little odd. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Buller was blackmailing Luke at me. But Ron DeLight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the Tear of Emanon heist. After that I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Hey, Tiny Toast. You're cold. Why are you so cold? Sorry, I pet my cat. Detailed plans. In which case, that would mean that Ron DeLight was actually mask to mask. That is what we were claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. DeLight steal his targets from him. And that someone was none other than Luke at me. Oh, thanks to the boss Dragon Hydrate. Silence. Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you? You say that I, Luke at me, was blackmailing Ron DeLight. In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Mask. Well, yes. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know Ron Delight was mask to mask? It should be this because he mentioned dumping the costume in the trash. I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief, trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? There's some newspaper clipping. There's a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seemed that Mask to Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct, with tricks like that you couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. That's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask to Mask was really Ron Delight. What the? Wasn't he supposed to be Mask to Mask? Oh yeah, that. It looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. Can't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud. Try to pass himself off as an ace detective. Why how dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective, and also Mask to Mask. Why can't you understand that? I'm afraid you are neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That is your true identity. He's gonna snap. Oh yeah. Why you? How dare you? Oh, fuck. It seemed we finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme. Bailiff, please prepare yourself for Mr. Atme.
Objection.
Fun fact, there's a Spamton parody of Atme and it's funny. Interesting. Why do you want itches at a time like this? Are you done cuddling with everybody else in the household that I'm last? Oh, he's such a happy cat, guys. Like sometimes when he like looks in certain directions or is being pet, it looks like he's smiling. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. But what do you mean? I'm already preparing to deliver my ruling. Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite. What do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Abney was a filthy blackmailer. And that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. That's right, that's why he was the one who killed Mr. Bolt. But... there's still one thing you have yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove this pitiful excuse for a man that was a KB security, I don't see how a verdict's going to be delivered. Shit. Does music makes me want to make out with Godo? Okay. No way! Kitty! Good boy. Order in the court. Well, Mr. Wright? This is it. This is the final round. I'm gonna prove that that Atme was at Mr. Bullard's office on that night. But can you really prove that? That's long enough. Mr. Trent, I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atme was at KB Security and Defense. Can I prove it? Can't prove it. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But if we hear more of Detective Atme's testimony, unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite. What do you mean? I won't allow for any more testimony. That's what I mean. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atme is here after we interrupt his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial. Face his guilty verdict as mask to mask. No. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. And the ace detective as well as mask to mask. My verdict will verify that. Just so as Rondelay will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order in the court. That's enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and... by then it'll be too late. Why? Double jeopardy. For the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? The defendant be tried and found innocent in court. The defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts. It applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as mask to mask, which means he'll be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned. No way. Knowing that you were unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer. Yeah. Ooh, Jeopardy sounds like, yeah, I don't know if that's actually a real thing. Can someone search that while I'm doing this? See if double jeopardy is actually a real thing in court. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Gattamy, will go free. It is a real thing? Wow. Okay. Cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. As long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid that I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Gattamy. I think I see it. Oh, don't tell me. Your Honor, when you were a child, is this what was on your report card every year? Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result. How did you... Phoenix, raise your head up high. Ever forgotten what I used to tell you? I fucking knew it. Ah, shit. I want to take a picture for you guys. Just to show you what I see. Alright, I'm going to be posting this in Discord. Yeah, super obnoxious, but sadly very... Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Please, for all that is good in this world, does she appear in any other game? Selfies and pet pics. I know it might be a bit of a dark picture, but this is me right now. He is cradled in my arm, and a happy boy. Sure tells you a lot more in this game, but never again later. Thank fuck. Anyways, I posted in the Discord if you guys want to see happy Elohim. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. That voice, no way. Shit. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia! This is the true power of the Crane channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me. Right now, she's my mentor, BFA. Now let's do this. But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Any more testimony I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What did you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, it's true, but... Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I'm the ace detective as well as Master Mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ronda Lights will verify that he is the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godo? Nothing. Is something up? Oh, Sir Lawyer. It looks like you're one step too late. If you think such falsehoods will do anything to me, Lucat. Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Mr. Godo, what are you... Very well then, Mr. Lucami. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. Oops. Remember this scene for later cases? Okay. Defense would like to hear why you declare the defendant to be the true murderer. So please give us one last bit of testimony. Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. Worked on geomagnetic storms. Interesting. It is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph ready. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Wanda Light. Thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his mask to mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim just mistook the color of the jewel. Zavari. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. Maximums of the sun's plasma trying to predict solar cycle. Witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? Police investigation documents were the police investigation documents went directly through me. Now I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. Elohim. Where are you floppy boy? Your fur's a little bit tangled there, bud. Give me a second. Oh. I accidentally... What's this? Brushy boy. We gotta untuck your tail. Brushy boy. There we go. Now your fur's not tangled. We will have more good brushy boy tomorrow, okay? Turns out the projection was right, and he asked some people from the journalist department to review from the university his collaborator was from to report on it. Oh no. Ugh. Are you gonna make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? Will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Cannot postpone Luke Atomy's trial for any longer. This is your last chance. Okay, 1 second, just one chance? Ah. Seems like the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix, there isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. You can't point out a case-breaking contradiction. You lose. That's all there is to it. Oh, is that what that was? I think... Oh, I don't know if it was up here. But I thought I heard something similar up here. Was it just a Chilean incident, or was it like an international incident? For as much as you know. Cup number 17, the last cup. Seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. That's a fatal contradiction in his testimony, and I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Oh shit, did I only get one press? Just in case, I'm going to say this once. Thank you for that, Drayton. I'm very invested in this, or in the geomagnetic. Oh, bye bye, Elohim. Or no, bye bye. He's just sitting on the footrest, trying to scoot. Oh, I accidentally scooted him off. Oops. This? Oh, okay. Invest in both now. Same. It's not true. Not really Taylor. Press it. Oh, fuck. Okay, so maybe only one. Mr. Amy, about this last remark.
Objection.
So don't get it, do you, Triton? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. What? I said this before. There's still one thing you haven't proven. The scum was in Caden Bullard's office that night. Now... oh. Oops. Oops. Hey. Okay, so I was not sure. Like, I thought it was just I only had one. Okay, I may have been stupid. This is another but a vitally important job request. He's wearing gloves too, that's the thing. I think this is where I press. Mr. Robbie, about this last remark. Fuck. Shit. What am I supposed to press him on? The only other one I'm thinking of is this one, where he had to leave for another job request. If I give you cents knock into my house, yes, and you'll shit in your kitchen sink. If you don't know who Noggin is, he's my brother, and one of the mods. He shows his face very rarely. It's the only one I can think of that I can... No, that's not a contradiction. I would not say shy newbie. He just does not like VTubers. That's one of the main reasons. I mean, I know who Noggin is, but I didn't know he's your brother. No, don't actually do that. That'll piss him off. He doesn't use it. Not this much anymore. Any expert. For the longest time, it was a meme, and he used a stream way back when, and he had survived. Nice. He uses his Roblox account, and yeah, the meme went from there because people discovered his really cringy copy pasta. You know about this one? No, not yet. At least I'm trying to think. There's no evidence that contradicts, so I can't look at the court record. So there's two that I have so far. That make me suspicious. Vitally important job request. And the keycard and wallet for some reason. But I feel like that's wrong. Hold up. I don't think it was ever mentioned that Mr. Delight was in a masked mask outfit. Because that was before they interrupted his trial, correct? Am I thinking of that right? Newbie, every time you make that face, I don't know if I'm doing wrong or if you're just fucking with me. You know what? That's I'm trying to think of the other ones too, because the keycard and wallet were actually talked about with the first trial. And I feel like this is just gonna lead to nothing if he says like, oh, I had a hairdresser's appointment or something like that. Let's hope. Mr. Amy, about this last remark.
Objection.
Oh, fuck me, really? Oh, what? I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godo. What? Mr. Amy, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Amy? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit, is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry, whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. When exactly did we learn that fact? Ron Delight was dressed as mask to mask when he went to the scene of the crime. That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Okay, so I was right on that then. That's right, the defendants had yet to tell anyone else the fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who could know about this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There is no other way that you would have known about, or that you should have known about that. Ah, aye! You were in the next courtroom, being tried as mask to mask. So then enlighten us, just how did you know about that piece of information? Well... Come on, that detective must have known about it. Probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his mask-to-mask outfit. There was one and only one way for Detective Amy to have found that out. Only one way, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When you entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer. Mr. Delight never saw his attacker, so there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke at me. It is with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. Detective Batman, you saw Mask to Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. It was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. The fuck? Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more to meaning behind it this time. As Joker was so powerful. Oh, yeah, that's good. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke at me, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke at me tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty as Mask to Mask in order to escape his true crime. To that end, he came up with his plan. He used the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Oop, I didn't mean to click that. Excuse me. Kane Pearl is so close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict. I know. You never committed any murder. That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but... I really am Mask to Mask. Huh? Thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? Oh shit, he's pulling the double jeopardy card. What was it you said? Double jeopardy? He is? Oh my god. Now that you mention it, I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. Bro, when it said nah, yeah. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was found innocent. Then, Mask to Mask is really innocent? Okay, the problem is, I think he's kind of fucked in this regard, because double jeopardy only was for the urn. He can now be tried for everything fucking previously. I think that's where the kind of double jeopardy falls through, you know? But I mean, I guess that's a plot hole. It seems so for now. For now. Now then, this court finds a defendant. Get ready for the emotes, guys. Are you ready? Ready? Not guilty. Fine, I'll do it. Oh, the not guilty didn't... Oh, fuck's sake. It's not working again? Like, it's like a 50% chance. Okay, you know what? There we go. Phoenix, please, for not guilty, even though not guilty should be the actual. Because, you know, the chat bot I use, Streamlabs, fuck. Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, This isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still have Master Mask after all. See, not guilty is supposed to be what Phoenix Please is. Wait, any expert, do you have 7 TV? What if you remove an ad again? God, you wouldn't believe how many times I've done that. Miles, please. Actually, we should get like either a Godo or a Edgeworth dancing emote for guilty. Let's get a better chat. I'm up to suggestions, but I like, because I had to take a lot of readjustments for this one to actually. Well, I guess you guys can't see, but you see on the on-screen chat how the name is above the message. That took a lot of work to get ready, because I'm not sure if you guys remember in like the Spider-Man 2 era, where like the name showed like 4 letters and was cut off. Maybe I think he just wanted to do the emote. You did it, Phoenix. I should be an emote? No. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? If you want to be an emote, make it yourself. I'll consider adding it. I forgot I'm an emote. To be honest, I did too. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call me much these days. Oh. I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. On the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of Korean channeling school? Becoming the master means saying goodbye to our mother. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Mia. Mr. Wright. I don't know what to say. Or Garfield? Oh yeah, that reminds me, Gumbo. Did you see the, well, it's probably buried in the fucking VC text. But did you see what I tried to tag you in? For the, Pokemon Infinite Fusion that I was playing this morning? I did see it? Okay. That was Arcanine Meowth. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Well, he did say thank you, and then immediately said no. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all that has happened. Come on, just be happy already. Maya? You've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Master Mask to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Oh. What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Master Mask. I did it all for one reason. For her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think about it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, you wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why I became Master Mask? Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Actually, I'm going to turn down my headset for this so I can explain. I actually like that kind of symbolism, like the cracked bowl, because it's a good way to describe mental health. Like, sure, your brain might be a cracked bowl and whatnot, but I don't remember, I want to say Japanese that did it, but some culture out that way mended bowls with gold, and it ended up being more beautiful bowls in the end anyways. And I Kintsugi? Let me see if that's right. Yes, it is Kintsugi. But think of mental health like that. Like, sure, your bowl might be cracked. Germany does that too, just less pretty. Okay, well, still the same thing. You can mend yourself back together and you'll end up looking better in the end, because you've gone through all that, as the game says, trials and tribulations of your own personal well-being. You know what I mean? Sure, your bowl might be cracked now, but just take a little bit of gold, you know? Right. Really? Can we go back to the way things were? It'll be fine, and Nick can prove it. I kind of wish you would check with me first. Venture light, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together. Give me a second, guys. I'm just checking something on my email. Okay, sorry, I was just checking something. Always a way to put it back together. I'm gonna say is the urn, because they put it back together, or Adrian put it back together. It's kind of representative. I don't know. I'm looking at everything else. The only other thing I can think of is maybe the brooch, but Sacred urn. Desi was the one who found this. Oh yeah, and you know what? I looked for symbolism, but Desi was the one who got the urn. Sacred urn. Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife. She always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Miss Delight. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really mass-to-mass either. Mr. Light, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not going to really leave him, are you? Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? I'm dumping his ass. No. How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say you hated criminals? Oh. I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. He stays on my leash or I'll run him the fuck over. Oh man, that's... Get yourself a woman who can do both. Or get yourself anyone who can do both, either staying on the leash or running you the fuck over. Oh man. Chivalrous. I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy? Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick, oh, fuck's sake. Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations. Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife, in front of Mystic Maya. No, you've got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Never, ever. So just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together. No, that's not true. I mean, just look. Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together even better than before. Pearls was literally doing the pog face. Wait, how many episodes are there? Also, why the fuck is my anime costume? Five? Ah, shit. Unless... I just No, I'm not even past the halfway mark. Oh. Oh well. Hey, it's fixed new. I'm calling it quits here. Next Trials bleh. Is Trials and Tribulations just not a very good game? I mean, I'll still play it. I've been enjoying this. It is, but case 2 and 3 are mildly annoying. Okay, so basically it's just a slog to get through those two, and then... Why do I have this site still open? I have the cheese site that or the site for the cheese I really like. Wait. Do they? Do they not make my favorite cheese anymore? No. Fuck. Damn. Okay. Maybe I should figure out how to smoke my own cheeses now. Who is online? Sayu's on. But you know what? I haven't seen Tub Bud in a while. Let's go see Tub Bud. The raid message will be not guilty raid because we're not guilty. And yeah, I hope everybody has a good night or a day, depending on where you are. I'm gonna go to sleep, and then tomorrow, I'm not sure what the fuck I'm doing. I think I've dwarf pilled my mother, rock and stone. Did Gumbo please explain what you mean in Discord? I'm curious of how you fucking dwarf pilled your mother. Also, it turns out, Marine's playing more AA tomorrow. I prefer not playing games 2 days in a row. So we'll see. But yeah. Apparently Marine's playing DRG right now with Panda. At least from what I could tell on my Steam overlay. Yeah. Take care everyone. Have a good night and words.